So surprising to me, one of my most popular videos right now is my guide, for lack of a better phrase, on how to keep aquariums if you have ADHD. And I've been really astonished that all of you have been so interested in that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Along those lines though, this is not just an aquatic plant channel. This is a terrestrial houseplant channel too. Anywhere I can put houseplants, I'm gonna put them, and I'm gonna put them on this channel. So I want to do a part 2 of that and talk about my recommendations for how to keep houseplants and make sure they thrive when you have ADHD. Now, caveat, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed mental anything. I am just a person who has inattentive type ADHD, and my methods might not work for you. ADHD affects everyone differently. My best advice is to go through this and give a couple a shot, or take the foundation of these tips and mold it to a way that works best for your natural motivations. But first I want to tell you, when I was doing research on this, I found out some really interesting statistics about how houseplants can, I mean, like, you know, we all know that they can calm you and they're good for cleaning the air and stuff like that, but I learned stats that I hadn't really seen before. Having houseplants around can sharpen your attention and boost productivity while increasing feelings of well-being for a lot of comorbidities that people with ADHD tend to have. And the science behind how houseplants can benefit those comorbidities is really interesting. Okay, all right, good. Let's talk about the ways that I have been able to keep houseplants alive while having ADHD. If you look around my house, you will see that there are very rarely plants alone. They are usually in groups, and that is the best way I have found to keep my plants alive. Because, like, you know, I kind of think they probably, you know, like being together if I'm giving them personalities. And you've seen me in other videos talk to my plants and stay. So here we are. But it helps me make sure that all of my plants get water at the right times and that they get the right sunlight that they need, because they're all grouped together. So I don't have to think about what does this monstera need today versus what does this one need today and why are they different. This isn't an essay question that I want to go through every day of my life. So I group all of the plants together that have the same needs, and that makes my life way easier. I'm 40 right now, and in my 30s, I started to notice that my memory wasn't as great as it used to be. I used to think like I could just remember what I needed at the grocery store. That was fine. And then I started to forget, and it just kept happening. And I don't think it's ADHD specific. It probably has to do more with aging, but I think ADHD doesn't help. And so that's why I have to write down everything plant care wise and make sure all of the tips are all in the same place. I have a video that I link here that talks about how I use a Canon IV printer to keep track of this and put these all into a master care sheet. But if you don't have a Canon IV, or you're just like, no, it's not gonna happen, I've also made this template, and I will link it in the description below, and you can download it for free. It's just a basic care template that you can print out. I would recommend printing it out on sticker paper and just smacking it right onto the plant pot so that you can look at it and see, like, this is a variegated monstera, it used to be. It requires this kind of light. It requires this kind of water routine. Fertilize it, how much and when? Where did I buy it? How old is it? All of this, you can add or not use whatever you want on this template, but it's gonna really help you. The hardest part, of course, is filling it out in the first place, because if you're like me, you're like, I'll get around to it. And then you don't. That's why I use the Canon IV printer instead. But for you, just get some sticker paper and put on the template that I'm giving you. It will really help, I promise. You know, despite all of my love and affection for exotic houseplants, I have learned time and time again, this was a variegated monstera. Now it's not. Well, it's kind of, but now it's not. And that's because I have inattentive ADHD. Had I been a smart ADHD person that didn't give in to my impulsive behaviors, which I don't know who that is, I would have known that I need to stick to hardy plants that are more idiot proof, like a regular monstera or most of the philodendrons. those are pretty forgiving. When you get into the exotic plants that require more care, especially more care than what your natural climate has available to it, you're gonna run into problems. And I hope this isn't the case for you, but most likely it's gonna end up with a couple of dead plants. I can't keep crotons alive to save my life. They're gorgeous, I see them all the time, and I wish I could, but I live in upstate New York. It ain't that sunny out, and it ain't that tropical. So I've learned to stay away from finicky tropical plants, and that's my recommendation for you, to stick to more idiot-proof plants, hardier ones that can kind of handle your ebbs and flows of motivation. Next tip, try bundles. I love getting plant bundles, like from JM Bamboo with those like pack of 10 surprise plants. Those are always so fun, but maybe I shouldn't give you that tip because then you're gonna do impulse spending. So either get plant bundles or don't. It depends on how impulsive you get with your spending. I think that starter plant bundles, I think those are typically a good deal, but it becomes a slippery slope really quickly. So I'll link to one that I like to get a lot on Amazon, but I will not be responsible for your credit card bill. Sorry. And last but not least, don't give up. I don't want you to give up. I know that caring for live things, even when it's a houseplant, it feels both like not a big deal and a huge deal at the same time, and it doesn't have to be. And I get it. I get it a lot, but I don't want you to get apathetic or think that you can't do this. The worst thing that you can do is give in to the apathy that ADHD can present, especially if you're someone who is prone to depression or melancholy or giving up easily. I hope you won't give up. I hope that you will give houseplants a shot, and it might not always work out the way you hope, but it might. This one grew after I got it. So that means this one is happy. This one is happy. You can do it, because I can do it. I can do it. All of these plants, you can do it. I have faith in you. Now, if you want help figuring out which mistakes most people make that you can easily avoid, check out this video, because I will walk you through 10 mistakes new plant parents make every time, myself included. I'll see you over there.